Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are greeted with a hit the target special in the calendar promo. So we opened our little calendars and we got hit with a pretty much a promotion, which all of them have really been, to be fair. But this one is promoting the special that is going to be on just before the Christmas break. And yeah, we're going to have a little dive into it today. I'll share my thoughts and opinions of it. But for those of you guys that don't know, this was a community voted thing on Sorare. For those of you guys that don't follow Sorare on Twitter, pretty much they posted a thing out on Twitter saying, what do you guys want to see as a special comp? And the people have voted hit the target, which was a very popular special last time it was out. For those of you guys that don't know, it was on during the international break, and I think that was the biggest like sort of negative towards the competition. Was people were like, oh, you put it on during the international break, no one really has that many, not much cars, not much selection to choose from. But I think people really enjoyed the change of matrix. So this competition isn't so much a beat other people comp, it's a beat the game comp. So I think that definitely adds a different element and it changes the strategy massively, because obviously when you're entering these little Premier League, Champion, under 20, whatever you're playing, you're obviously trying to account for the fact that you need the differentials in there, you need the players that might really spike that other people might not have, just to be on the podium and get the top rewards. However, this one is a bit different. It's sort of just like whatever you think you're going to achieve, then you select that target and you get rewarded that no matter what. So I think that's what people like about this competition, and I also like that it's a very, there's a lot of games to pick for here, so everyone should be able to field at least a four-man stack for this competition. Obviously, granted, you've got a semi-decent gallery, so yeah, I kind of like that. It's a kind of a for everyone in the Christmas spirit. So yeah, quite nice. Moving on to probably the most important image in the whole blog is the threshold targets. Now we're starting off. Obviously, I'm just focusing on the limited and the rare. So we've got 300 points for the first target, 350 and then 400. Obviously scaling up in the market credits you are rewarded, and I'd say for most of you guys, you probably, for me anyway, I have sort of, I would say, a mid-tier gallery, and I could say I probably hit 300 even with a four-man stack, which is pretty nice. So it's almost like you're almost guaranteed 5 credits if you really, wanted them, if that makes sense. But yeah, 350 is a little bit more like, you've got to make sure you've got a 5-man stack rather than a 4-man stack. And then 400 is sort of the stack has to do, semi decent. So yeah, so it depends what kind of gallery you have. It depends what you would go for here. For those of you guys that don't know, this comp. You can only pick one of them to go for, which is fair, I would say. Like, you can only say, for example, you enter a four-man stack. Obviously, you're going to pick probably the 300 points, and then if you've got like a kind of decent stack, maybe a 350, or if you really want to go for it, 400 points. So you can only select one of the targets. Well, that's what you could in the last competition anyway. And then moving on to the competition format and requirements. So this is sort of a mix, is what I got, of like some of the specials we've had in the past. So it says cap 250 format, with L15 below obviously 250, which is sort of, well, is definitely the cap events we used to have. And obviously last year we had cap 2, all the different caps and stuff. And then we've also kind of got a mix of all-star, because you can pick any player, which is nice. And you can use whatever cards you want, so it doesn't have to be in season. It can be classic cards, which is good. I think all special events should definitely do that, because it gives back to them, obviously, classic galleries, the people that have been building for years, and whatnot. And yeah, only one entry, which I feel like is very good as well, because you don't really want to oversaturate the competition with people just, getting loads of four-man stacks, getting loads of credits and things like that. But yeah, so I like that personally. Moving on to sort of the UI and what it looks like then. So this is what it looks like, very simple and easy to understand with the rewards being here. Obviously you just add your team and then throw the lineup in that you wanted for this weekend. Now for those of you guys, or for those of you very keen managers, I have actually selected out some personal fixture favourites of mine. For those of you guys that don't know, obviously every week I am doing lineup builds, so I'm very good at, well, I wouldn't say very good. I like to pick out the fixtures that I like the look of, because they're probably the most likely highest scoring players for that game week, right? So obviously this game week we can see, guys, is between the 20 and the 24th. So I had a quick look at the fixtures, guys. Now, this is what I recommend you guys go ahead and do, is have a little look on SofaScore, FotMob, whatever you're using, and pick out the fixtures that you like the look of, and then obviously you'll look into the players, look into the teams, who's most likely to start, and then obviously bear in mind you've got that cap 250 to work with. So, having a quick look for me, Girona defensively, obviously very good. La Liga is good for defenders and goalkeepers and things like that. And they're playing against Real Valladolid, who are not the best team. So I do like a couple of Girona players maybe to target here. Their left back is very good, so maybe someone to think about. We've got Milan away to Verona. Milan, obviously, a very good team. Don't need much explanation there. If you've got the money to afford, like the Theo Hernandez's and Mike Maignan and stuff like that, probably not a bad shout to go for players like that for sure. Then the 21st, you've got Arsenal, who kind of need a bounce back. Bounce back game, playing Palace, who are definitely no pushover, but you know, something to think about. Maybe you could throw one or two Arsenal players in there, maybe some of the lower rated ones or something, like the ones with a less SO5 than your typical Odegaards and Sakas and things like that. So yeah, Real Sociedad, always like Real Sociedad. I just think they're a great team, defensively mainly. So yeah, if you've got some Real Sociedad defenders, maybe worth a shout. Napoli are always good. Any Napoli players really. Lazio again, nice little fixture, and Leverkusen definitely got a great fixture. Again, I'd probably be targeting. My advice for you guys is probably to target like if you do have a Leverkusen stack, maybe like targeting the less likely players to go crazy, because they still could get an assist in a very favourable fixture and things like that. Because obviously you want to save your verts and whatever for the competitions that you enter with them. So looking at the 22nd, Man United, you know, they've got that new manager bounce, just obviously won the derby against Bournemouth, who are definitely no jokes, but I feel like, yeah, potentially a good fixture for, again, them second tier players in Man U. And yeah, Villarreal, obviously I love Villarreal, so had to throw them in there. I think any really Villarreal player is going to be decent, specifically midfielder and defenders. And then 23rd, we have Inter versus Como, and obviously everyone knows Inter are smashing it this season. So definitely don't be scared to throw in some sort of players like that for these fixtures. Now, the reason why I've done this sort of section just at the end of the video is because that is probably my biggest takeaway for you guys for this competition, having a look at it for the first time, is you want to go out, look at the fixtures and really decide what you guys want to do. Now, if your gallery is full with a lot of, you know, not great fixtures, you don't really want to buy anyone, then there's no harm in just getting your little, you know, 5 credits and being happy with it, you know. Put below 300 as your target and just take it, you know what I mean. For those of you guys that are really going for it, maybe you're depositing some money for this competition or whatever, then obviously you want to really be focusing in on them fixtures, and maybe them players that haven't got the highest SO5 to obviously fit into the cap, and yeah, that will obviously smash it for you guys. So hopefully you guys, hopefully everyone sort of enjoys this new special that they're adding. Well, I mean, this is the second time I believe that they've added it, so it's interesting to say the least. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed, took something away from the video. If you could leave a like, that would be really appreciated. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in a future video, which should be a rewards video, because we done very well. No spoilers, we done very well this weekend. So yeah, catch you guys in a future video. Peace.